My name is Darcy Berg. I caught up with the convoy in Kenora. They left Regina and I left home. Was with them from start to finish. I was in there the last Saturday night and all the trucks were gone except for 2 of them. And when I went to Ottawa, I went for 3 things. So my 12 grandchildren wouldn't get vaccinated. People that had lost their jobs would get it back. And selfish me, I wanted to fly on an airplane. And the longer I got there, the more I figured out that something else was strange was going on in Ottawa. So it was, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I'd go back in a heartbeat, that's for sure. In fact, I'm thinking of going back July 1st when the soldier goes marching in there, because I went and seen him in Calgary last weekend. So, but other than that, I think we succeeded in a lot of stuff, getting a lot of mandates done. I made a lot of Quebec friends, a lot of Ontario friends. Didn't know they had friends down east and that kind of stuff. And a lot of friends from Alberta. And so no.
And where are you from?
I'm from Sedalia, Alberta.
Oh, Alberta, okay.
Yeah,
and you joined in Kenora. So Kenora, Saskatchewan.
No, Ontario. They had left Regina and I left home that morning and I caught them about midnight sort of thing. And
oh, nice. Okay.
And I knew some other people that were on it and that kind of stuff. And I braved the bitter cold in Ottawa, and let me tell you, it was cold in Ottawa. And I always explain to a lot of people about the convoy being there for 3 weeks, and a lot of people don't get the gist that the only reason we got to stay was because of the people from Ottawa and surrounding areas that brought in fuel and food, and they took the brunt of the tickets, and the church groups that fed us and that kind of stuff. And a lot of people still don't believe me, and I tell them that basically maybe they should just look up the Adopt a Trucker program to understand how people of Ottawa really felt about the truckers. And a lot of them really liked us being there, contrary to a few. And I guess that's about all I got to say about the convoy, except I knew lots of people there, and there must have been enough of us that I still didn't see them the whole 3 weeks I was there. So I guess there was more people there than they said. So
yeah. So do you have any messages moving forward for anybody, or what you're...
Well, I don't think we stop till we get these mandates changed or something. Like, I mean, we have a leader that has a misinformation set up now policy. Misinformation was how the Emergencies Act was declared, basically, on it and that kind of stuff. And ironically, even the last Saturday, like Sunday was the last day, that when I went into the red zone, I had to sneak in the last 2 days and jump through the canal and whatever and do it. But the last day, it was just young people from Ottawa that were basically there still protesting, because they're the only ones that knew how to get into the red zone. And even when I left my hotel that wasn't in the red zone on Rideau Street on the 417, I could have never even got back to it again, because all the exits and that were all blocked off. So yeah, they were most definitely trying to keep people out of Ottawa the last few days, that's for sure. So
all right.
And I actually hung around with the veterans lots too, and I was actually there when one of the police come up and asked the veteran why they had taken the fence down. And the veteran had pointed over to the tomb and said, well, that's our comrade and he represents freedom, and somebody had him fenced in, so we let him out. And I thought, what a good answer. So did the cop that he told it to. But at the end, they got arrested too out on Monument Hill. So there wasn't a lot of respect for them even in the end. So.
All right.
How are you, Monique?
I'm good. Yeah. If you just want to share a little bit of your story and what made you go down to Ottawa and stuff like that.
I pulled in there about 12 and it was just packed and the lights were flashing and it was just packed with people just dancing and having a good time up there. Most peaceful thing I've seen. Like, it was just lots of good music and lots of people, just freedom and peace signs, and really, really good thing. And it was a good feeling to get up there. So I was in the middle there and did the train horn for a while, rocked the truck, did lots of rocking. Then they backed me in, backed up, and that's where it started, from the front of the line days. And
That's
those
awesome.
were a lot of long days. I know when I woke up the next morning, it was quite the morning to wake up to have that amount of people in around your truck everywhere. We didn't see that as much down the other end as right up at the stage there where they were putting everything on, because I was directly in front of it, facing it, right?
What was it like driving through the towns, like with all the supporters along the side of the road and stuff?
Oh, it was amazing. A lot of places. The two that stick out to me were Winnipeg. That was unreal. Like going through there, the amount of people, like to see that long of streets and highways lined with that amount of people, just everywhere, flags and people cheering. We came into, I believe it was Sault Ste. Marie. That was another place that was a lot of people. It was big support up there. And Thunder Bay was huge support up there as well. All through the Sudbury and North Bay, they were all lots of support everywhere. The highways were just lined, the bridges were lined. It was super cool to come up to every bridge and see the amount of people across, and how much support, and the flags flying everywhere. It was just amazing to see.
Is there a message you'd like to share with anyone or get anything out there to anyone, or?
Well, I think that everybody still needs to just stand strong on all this, and you know what I mean? We still gotta end all these mandates. All the stuff that's been going on a daily is just, it's changing, and we started something. We gotta keep it rolling though, right? So yeah, the bomber's been she's back and all fixed up. I had to put a new radiator in it and stuff, but that was just coming with age, and maybe the Reverend put some wear and tear on her too down there, because I know the Jake is pretty hard. She got her abuse. She was loud, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, very cool.
Change anything for the though. It was excellent.
Right on. Well, thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate you taking the time, and we'll be seeing you soon.
All right, Monique, you have a good night.
So I've been asked to tell my story today. My name is Svetlana, like I said, and I'm a registered nurse from British Columbia. And March of 2020, I was sitting in my office in Christina Lake, British Columbia, caring for patients. And the pandemic came on scene, and I knew in my heart that it wasn't what it said it was. And as time went on, especially in the first couple of weeks, there were a lot of red flags for me. And I soon woke up that this wasn't the emergency that they said it was. Nobody was dying. And I was talking to my colleagues in the hospital emergency rooms, and there was nobody sick. So carried on, and in British Columbia, if you're part of the healthcare system, October 26th, 2021, if you didn't have your first jab, you were terminated from the healthcare system without pay. And this was a very sobering moment for many nurses and other healthcare staff. Approximately 3,300 nurses lost their jobs and livelihoods and careers. So currently the medical system in British Columbia is crashing and burning. So that brought me to a place where I found a huge need for new healthcare. And so essentially the job losses of all these actually amazing nurses and healthcare providers matched with patient care that's been suffering for the last 2 years since the pandemic started, but really much before that. Marry the two ideas together and formed Azra Wellness. So Azra Wellness is a network of healthcare providers, and our philosophy is disease prevention and health promotion. So this is a very different model than the medical model of sick care. And this is something that most practitioners, I would say, have been wanting to go to. So just to recap, I stood my ground. I was terminated from the system. I've also moved away from my college. The College of Registered Nurses of BC is also a corrupt body, I feel, because they don't stand for do no harm or personal body autonomy, which is really what this is all about. I've given thousands of medications in my life, and we always follow the 5 rights: right medication, right route, right dose, right patient, and the right to refuse. So when we aren't given that ourselves, that's a problem. So I just want to say thank you to all the healthcare people who stood their ground, and we're creating a new system, a new parallel system, and we're all about solutions based. So I recently moved to Calgary, Alberta, where people really just want to, move forward and build a parallel system. So how does this tie in with the truckers? Well, Ezra Wellness, we've done 4 conferences so far, 3 in British Columbia and 1 in Saskatchewan, Regina. So we did that one, I think it was in February, and we met the truckers rolling back from Ottawa through Regina. So it was a pleasure meeting all you guys, and thank you for really taking one of the hugest stands in history and standing up for people like me who had a small voice, and raising my sign, and thank you for being that voice. And it's been a pleasure to get to know you guys and continue to working with you guys. So what now? We're in Calgary, and we are focused on solutions based. So I'm here at First Merchants Capital in Calgary, and I work with one of my amazing business partners who is a huge advocate in this world, and focusing on healing and mental health and physical being is Theo Fleury. So we're working in tandem to bring solutions to Albertans and Canadians, and we're going to be doing some really cool stuff and focusing on, like I said, disease prevention and health promotion. And there's amazing technologies that are coming out to help people's well-being, and we really want to focus on healing at this time, because a lot of us have been wounded through the pandemic, whether it's a relationship loss, the loss of your children through whatever circumstance, employment termination, the loss of not having closure. If you had, say, a family member in the hospital that you couldn't have closure if they passed away. So there's a lot of crimes against humanity that have happened, and we want to start healing people. So that's my focus, and I'm really happy and proud to be part of this amazing network, and however we can continue to work together to move this forward. And we're in a war, but you know what, we're winning to the point of success and victory. And I think if we continue to find common ground and work on common ground and raise that love vibration, that's all we can do.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Svetlana. Do you have a message that you'd like to send out to everyone?
Keep doing the right thing, focus on standing in your truth, and continue to work together. And let's network, and let's continue to grow stronger. United we stand, divided we fall.